fans, the game is over. Welcome to the Potawatomi Sportsbook postgame show. Bet above the rest. Only at the Potawatomi Sportsbook, Milwaukee. After the last pitch, you've made the switch for 21 seasons. We'll hear from the manager, the players, and the highlights from the game. It's time to talk about the game and the team with Tim Allen and Tommy Wortz on the Wisconsin Sports Radio Network.
Well, it is a final from Chicago, and the results are really good as the Brewers get a 9-3 Game 1 win over the Cubs, and we are talking about it. Welcome in, everybody. Potawatomi Sportsbook postgame show here on 1250 AM, 105.7 FM, The Fan, and we're free on the Odyssey app. We'll welcome in our network stations in a few minutes, so stick around for that. There's Tommy Wortz, Tim Allen, and a huge Brewers victory over the Cubs. And now the separation in the Central, just a half game. Look at this. I mean, they rattle off a 14-5 mark in their last 19 games. When the Cubs were streaking a few weeks ago, what did we say on this show? We said on this show that, hey, you don't need to necessarily, although it'd be good, get a 10-game winning streak, 8 or 9-game winning streak. That's fine. But what you need to do is come close to that. Go at 14-6 or something in a 20-game stretch. Have a nice stretch. Win 13 of 17. Something in there. Well, they did that. 14-5 mark after a 9-3 victory. Sprode a little shaky early. We'll get to our game recap in just a bit. But, Tommy, a huge win for the Brewers and a big offensive output. And the first thing I said when I heard you announce the starting lineup tonight was, look at that 4, 5, and 6 hitter.
And a drive to right. This ball is hammered way back and gone. A 3-run shot for Bowers, and the Brewers have put up a snowman at Wrigley.
Man, Jeff Levering loves saying snowman. He just loves that phrase.
But that 4, 5, and 6 in the batting order, this is what we've been waiting for. We're talking Yelich, Vaughn, and Bowers. Yelich, Vaughn, Bowers. When you look at the lineup, you say, whoa, wow, okay. We didn't mention Churio, Terang, and Contreras at the top.
Yeah. The team is deep on offense when they are healthy, right? That's the key. They got to be healthy during this. Yelich back to health now, working his way into the lineup, homered in back-to-back games now. Jake Bowers, Tim, I tried. I tried to let people know before it happened. Andrew Vaughn came through contributing again today as well. I mean, this Brewers offense exploding tonight in Wrigley. The line of 10.5 was free. Like, that was way too big to not bet the over today. Mm-hmm. And the Brewers almost did it themselves with their performance.
9-3 victory. We're going to get your reaction here on the Nicolay Law Talk and text line 414-677-1250. When we go back here real quick, you go back to that first inning where the Brewers went in order, and you're thinking, okay, that's okay. Wind blowing out, though. You know, now you have to consider that in this equation. And then the bottom of the first comes around, and Brandon Sprode. I was screaming, Tommy. I have to admit, I called him a name.
Ooh.
I didn't.
Did you go full P. Crow Armstrong on him?
I did not pull a P. Crow Armstrong. No. I did, and we'll talk about that a little bit later. But I called him a little leaguer. You can't. Wait a second. You're walking, guys? Are you kidding me? In a game like this? Well, guess what? Chris Hook, a mound visit. He takes care of business, and he wiggles out of that first and second nobody out jam. It turned out to be, runners at the corners with one out. But then wiggles out of that thing. That was huge. And it allowed the Brewers to strike first in the second inning.
All right.
And not interested in looking ahead either.
So sorry to interrupt. Here's Yelly going deep to make it 1-0 Brewers. Asserts himself into this series. His second home run in as many days.
Look at you, Christian Yelich on Brewers TV right there. 22 comes through again. And he puts the Brewers on the board with a one-zip solo shot. They called it 409. No.
That's a Chicago measurement.
That is a Chicago thing. They do this. That's what they do. Oh, a cold night at Soldier Field. And sorry, Green Bay, the heaters are out on the sidelines. Whoops. That's what they do.
Well, they did that with the ABS today.
I'm getting to that one too.
I mean, that was garbage.
Whoops, and the ABS didn't work.
Our stadium is 150 years old. Put an ABS in there. You know, we got troughs if you need that instead.
Come on. I mean, you got to be kidding me on some of this stuff. All right, so the Brewers are up 1-0 as you head to the bottom of the second inning. And that was where this challenge by Contreras came into play. Leadoff hitter. For some reason, the signal didn't get down to the umpire, or there was some technical glitches. I mean, I don't know what was going on there. And then all of a sudden, they wouldn't change it on the scoreboard. The Brewers lost a challenge when it really wasn't a challenge. They would have won the challenge had it been a challenge. Just some manipulation. Look, they don't have rain to deal with to get at the Brewers. So what they'll do is go with the technical issues here. But Sproat did take care of business. He came back to strike out Conforto in that at bat, but a strikeout to Kelly and a ground out ended that inning. That was big, a big shutdown inning for Brandon Sproat. Jackson Churio 2-out base hit in that third, nothing after that. And Sproat does the job again. He did hit Bush on a 1-2 count, had to face Bregman. I thought that was a big spot in the game as well. Ground ball to Joey Ortiz into the fourth inning. Here's where it gets good. Business for the Brewers in that fourth inning. Leadoff base hit by Contreras. Then Yelich, a little rollover. It was a nice play by the Cubs, a 3-4-3 rare put out. That was the first out. Contreras finds himself into second base. Vaughn an infield single, runners at the corners, and it was set up for Jake Bauers.
And a ground ball back up the middle, a base hit. Vaughn makes the turn. He's headed for third. The throw goes to the cutoff man. Bauers drives in a run to make it 2-0.
2-0 as Bauers delivered there, and it put runners at the corners. Rengifo down 0-2, fouled a few off, and then the swing and miss. That's a big strikeout. He had a ground ball double play his first time up, a strikeout there with a runner at third and less than 2 out. Ouch. That was only the third swing and miss by Brewer batters in the game. Let's see. Who delivered next? It brought up Sal Frelick. How about Sal delivered?
Frelick bangs one down the left field line. It's a fair ball headed towards the corner. That scores Vaughn. Bauers is on the move around third. Swanson just getting to it. No throw. It's a 2-run double by Sal.
2-run double put the Brewers up 4-0, and they weren't done. Joey Ortiz would extend the inning with a walk. It brought up Jackson Churio. He works it full, and he delivered.
Line shot into center, a base hit. That'll score another run. Throw goes to third. It's cut off. 5-0 Brewers.
Now, this was a big play off the bat of Bryce Terang. Swanson made a nice play to record the out. That would have scored 2 more runs, but the Brewers had a nice inning. 9 men to the plate. They scored 4 runs on 5 hits, a walk, a stolen base, and about 40 pitches for Aminaga. It was 5-0 into the bottom of the fourth inning. Talk about a shutdown inning. How about 3 up, 3 down on 7 pitches for Sproat to back up the top half of that inning. Business for the Crew in the 5th inning. A 1-out walk from Christian Yelich. Then Vaughn ambushes a double, second and third with that 1 out. Counsell, this was interesting. He's saying, okay, do I let him face Bauers? It's lefty-lefty, so I probably should let him go at Bauers. Should I leave him stay in there?
Interrupting Homer.
And a drive to right. This ball is hammered way back and gone.
402 feet.
Shot for Bauers.
Yeah, that just scraped over.
A snowman at Wrigley.
Snowman landed in the basket.
Oh.
My, was that ball touched?
That ball was touched. 419. No shot.
No chance.
It was closer to 480 than 420. That's a Joe and Pewaukee line.
That's what they do in Chicago.
Unbelievable. The ball was crushed. They all count the same, but it was crushed.
Should Emenaga stay? He stayed and he paid. Bowers made him pay. It was 8-0 at that time, and Sproat did get into some trouble. He gave up 3 runs, so it was 8-3, maybe a little nervous feeling. There were a couple of touch-and-go situations there. The Brewers did add a run late and made the score 9-3. Shane Drowan, how about that?
Oh, the throwing Shane Drowan.
2/3.
Yeah, what was the stat? The first reliever to record a win going more than 5 innings since Eric Lauer? Does that sound right? Did I just do that? That makes sense. Did you follow me there?
Yeah. Did he go? I thought Drowan went 4 2/3.
Did he go 4 2/3?
Yeah, 4 2/3.
Oh yeah, 4 2/3, and then it was
5-9,
4. Yeah, right. 4 1/3 to 4 2/3. My bad. Maybe it was to go more than the starter. I don't know what the stat they said was.
Yeah, they were talking about that stat. Eric Lauer was involved and things like that. So I'm not sure what they were. Say Colin Ray, I think, was involved in that as well. But the Brewers get the win, 9-3 the final. We're going to get your reaction on this. We'll welcome in our network stations across this great state of Wisconsin as the Brewers take care of the Cubs. Take that, Chicago. I think back to that. We'll go down memory lane. I think back to that divisional series last year. Oh, my goodness. What a series. What a game tonight. Let's talk about it. There's Tommy Wortz, Tim Allen, live here in the Wisconsin Sports Radio Network studios as the Brewers get the victory. We're talking Brewers baseball tonight. Potawatomi Sportsbook postgame show.
Welcome to the Potawatomi Sportsbook postgame show. Bet above the rest. Only at the Potawatomi Sportsbook, Milwaukee. After the last pitch, you've made the switch for 21 seasons. We'll hear from the manager, the players, and the highlights from the game. It's time to talk about the game and the team with Tim Allen and Tommy Wortz on the Wisconsin Sports Radio Network.
It is a final from Chicago as we welcome in our network stations, Potawatomi Sportsbook postgame show here in the Wisconsin Sports Radio Network studios. The results are good. A 9-3 Brewers victory, and we are talking about it. You know, I was listening over the weekend to Craig Counsell.
Oh.
For whatever reason, Tommy.
Yeah,
there's Tommy Wortz, Tim Allen. And I heard him say after a loss, he said this after a playoff loss to the Diamondbacks a few years ago. He said it was a good game. No, it wasn't. The Cubs had lost the game. I think it was he was referring to Sunday's game, yesterday's game. They lost the game, and he said it was a good game. Craig, it is not a good game when you lose.
You got to say it like he did. Yeah, it's it was a good game.
Preface it by saying, hey, from a baseball standpoint, you could preface it that way. I love when he loses. Don't you? Doesn't everybody? And to beat him yourself is that much better. Well,
and Tim, one coming in here on the Nicolay Law Talking text line. We'll get to your calls in a minute here and your texts as well. 414-677-1250. Good to point out, best part of the win from the 414, it ended the Scrubs' 15-game home winning streak.
That too.
That was awesome. That was great. I mean, Wrigley was this I think Matt Spiegel earlier today on the Wisconsin Sports Radio Network said it's a mystical place. I was like throwing up in my mouth as he said it.
Mystical.
Right.
Ah, okay.
Well,
he threw a shot a little bit at the Brewers in a way. I took it as a little bit of a dig on them. I want to say it was Mauer that again called them the Cubbies again. Josh, come on, man. But Zaidman said that he's part of the Cubs radio broadcast. He had said that, how are the Brewers doing this? You know, they trade away some of their best players all the time. And how are they doing this? I mean, come on. You know exactly how they're doing it because you're experiencing it down there. Again, you could take that as a compliment too. How are they doing this? But their goal, he said the Cubs' goal this year was nothing more than win the division. Win the division. I don't know if they're going to win this division. I'm not sure of that. Brewers might have something to say about that. All right, Nicolay Law Talking text, 414-677-1250. How about Mike in St. Francis? We'll have you as our leadoff hitter. What's going on, Michael?
Hey, gentlemen. Thank you for taking my call once again. I remember this weekend we were talking about Yelich maybe having a bad back and all with a great night tonight, and I enjoyed that. Ortiz, Frelick, and Bowers contributing off a great, basically just I looked at the lineup tonight and said, we have to win this game. Look at the lineup just going into that game. Maybe like the 8 and 9 hitters were iffy, but I liked our approach. And then one thing about the pitching, Sproat reminded me kind of a Tobias Myers where he's 50-50. We don't know what we're going to get out of Tobias Myers. We don't know what we're going to get out of Sproat this year, but he could have a great year and just continued success there. And today I bought tickets for Sunday's Dodgers rubber match game.
Nice.
We're going to get out the brooms, Eddie Cedar style, and sweep the Dodgers this weekend. So I want to dedicate this call to my daughter who's graduating this Saturday, Christina, class of 2026 and 2030, attending medicine in the fall, graduating this Saturday. And she still says to me, hey, Dad, can we still go to the game this weekend? And I said, for sure. For the love of the game, beautiful. My daughter loves baseball. So
beautiful,
thanks,
Michael. Enjoy this one. Yeah, that lineup. Thanks for the call.
Thanks, Mike.
That's the first say this lineup, 4, 5, and 6, right in the middle of that lineup. This is Yelich, Vaughn, and Bowers. Think about that. That relegates Garrett Mitchell to a utility guy, right?
Ooh.
I won't say a bench player. It's a little too, I don't know. Some players would look
Just,
at that.
I just want to ask you a
demeaning.
question real quick. Did Blake Perkins or Garrett Mitchell get more at-bats today?
Blake Perkins or Garrett Mitchell. Blake Perkins got an at-bat tonight.
Yeah. I'm just
And
saying.
I thought he removed Vaughn a little bit too early.
I thought that was really early. Yeah.
Wind blowing out, man. I don't know. It could come around again where you need a little bit of that thump and one swing. You saw the swing by Bowers put things pretty much away, but still in a game like that, you just never know. He went with the defense, moving Bowers from left to first, went with Perkins to center, Churia over to left. And I thought that was the 6th inning?
It was, yeah, bottom of the 6th when he made that switch.
Yeah, that's a little bit on the crazy side. Uncle James, I think I say this in a really friendly customer service kind of way. We're all crazy, and we like you being crazy too.
Good evening, gentlemen. What it do? It's amazing what a difference a day makes in the baseball season. Yesterday, I was all bummed because we we should have blown away the Twinkies and swept them, that lousy squad. But at least we got a lot of hits when the runners in scoring position. And, excuse me. Sorry, I'm a little snapped up tonight. I'm on my 4th 99er, and it only takes me 2 to get drunk. So I'm a little, I don't know, a little off the wall maybe. But what a special night to drub the scrubs. Do you think Craig Counsell regrets going south yet? Or do you think he ever will?
No, he's got 8 million reasons not to.
He's not quite to the halfway mark in his contract. So we're about a month and a half away from the halfway mark exactly of that contract he signed down there.
Well, wasn't Antonazio going to pay him pretty close to what Chicago paid him?
No, they offered him the highest paid contract as a manager ever, and I think it was $5 million at the time. And then the Cubs offered him $8 million. So.
Well, okay, $3 million to go live in Chicago, I suppose.
Fair enough.
He may have bought a nice palatial estate in Kenosha, the halfway in between, maybe. Who knows?
Yeah, well, anyhow, I think this is the absolute first Monday, I've ever called. I felt I got a little short change yesterday. Welcome home, Tommy.
Hey, what's going on?
Your impression of me Saturday night was phenomenal.
That's right.
It really was.
He didn't know who you were, Uncle James. What's Sparky doing?
Yeah, I don't know. I tried listening to that guy, man. He likes listening to himself talk or something. I don't know.
We love Sparky. He just doesn't know you like us. You yield some power on this post-game show.
Well, that may be true, but yeah, I mean, I've never called any other show because I can't relate to anybody else other than, well, it was Pipe Bomb. Now, Tommy, you've come around. You know, I kind of think you're a pretty cool young guy. I mean, like I said, I got cowboy boots older than 26. I mean,
Speaking of which, we'll have Pipe Bomb on soon, tonight. Pipe Bomb will join us. And I will say this, an announcement of the when and where of our next post-gamer giveaway party.
Sweet.
Okay.
When's that going to be again? Is that in August, 7th and 8th?
I'll announce it here shortly. Yep.
Okay. Well, I got to do a couple quick shout-outs before I hang up. We got to say shout-out to Donna. That's that gal that posts everything on the Facebook for the Post-Gamer Show. And, of course, a lot with conviction. And shout-out to one more thing, Johnny. I talk to that crazy man all the time. He loves Jake Bauer. And, yeah, Bauer's really on a roll. And beware, ladies. It sounds like Johnny might be on the prowl looking for a playmate. So spark it up, folks. Talk to you Sunday after work. And keep the buzz buzzing.
Keep the buzz buzzing. Yeah, there it
Uncle
is.
James.
Yeah.
A huge win over the Chicago Cubs tonight. I love it. I mean, do you think maybe – this is a big maybe – maybe we'll hear a couple of comments from Craig Counsell tonight if we can dig those up a little bit.
I can
maybe
bust out my Craig Counsell impression if I can't. Anyway, yeah, it's played a baseball game. You can't control how baseball's played, but
Amannaga gave up 8 runs.
Yeah, Shota Imanaga, like this is you might have to just call the Brewers daddy at this point. It's getting bad. It's getting bad every time. And every time you have to hear about how he's killing it as of late. Every time the Brewers just pump him back the other way when he is on a roll. He came into today sub-3 ERA.
One of the best in the business, everyone's saying.
Gosh, Shota, that guy. He's the only healthy Cub, and he's been here the whole time. Yeah, take 8 to the dome, dude.
That's just awesome. All right, still getting your reaction here on the Nicolay Law Talking text line, 414-677-1250. Pipe Bomb will join us in the next hour, so stick around for that as the Brewers take care of business game 1. Okay, they got through game 1 with Sproat. I would have went Miz, but it worked for Pat Murphy. That's why he's in the position he's in. Brewers can maybe get greedy, Miz on the mound tomorrow, and an absolutely fresh bullpen with your leverage guys. Ooh, things are looking good to be in first place about this time tomorrow night. How about that? And be a season high 10 over 500. They sit now at 27-18 after a 9-3 win. Tommy Wortz, Tim Allen, Potawatomi Sportsbook postgame show here on the Wisconsin Sports Radio Network. Brewers with a 9-3 victory over the Chicago Cubs to take game one of this 3-game series. Welcome back. Potawatomi Sportsbook postgame show here on the Wisconsin Sports Radio Network studios. Tim Allen, Tommy Wortz. Murphy over the weekend said, hey, we have young pitchers and we're not afraid to deploy them. We're not afraid to use them. He used 2 of them tonight. That's it. 2 of them. And that's Sprout and Shane Drowan. He's got Miz on the mound tomorrow and an absolute fresh Aaron Ashby, a fresh Abner Uribe, a fresh Trevor McGill.
And DL Hall, put some respect on DL Hall's name.
Okay, I agree. DL is having a nice season, and he's slowly, kicking up the leverage.
Didn't have to use Jake Woodford tonight.
No.
What we? I don't want
to.
We can keep it up on the talk with Brewers Cubs, but that Strzelecki move was just so weird yesterday, right? Did you guys talk about? I didn't get to watch post game, but
just briefly, they brought him up for
just to cut him.
Well, the roster stuff, and he's out of options, so why would they use that?
Yeah, I don't know.
Why didn't they just leave him down there and just call up somebody else that would have the options?
Easton McGee, like why not?
Back and forth.
Yeah, I don't know. Just we don't need to talk about Peter Strzelecki for more than 2 seconds like we did. But let's keep it going on the Nicolay Law Talking text line 414-677-1250. Noah in Milwaukee, you're next up. What's up, Noah?
Hey, what's up, guys? Tim, I know you like talking about biggest win of the season, and I mean, for me, this is hands down biggest win of the season so far. I mean, not only are you beating your division rival, who is up a game and a half of you going into today, but I mean, just with the timing of it too, this road trip, and coming off a series win in Minnesota. I mean, this is huge. This is absolutely huge, and these are the kinds of wins that can help set the tone for an entire season. And and that's what the Brewers have been doing, since they've been getting healthy. They've really been, I feel like, establishing themselves and establishing what they want to do, and are playing the way that they want to play and winning the way that they want to win.
What did you think of What did you think of when you saw the lineup tonight of the 4, 5, 6 hitters being Yelich, Vaughn, and Bowers? That's 4, 5, 6.
I mean, that's exactly what you want. Like the top 3 are so good, and then you get those guys coming up with that thump. I mean, like, good Lord. That leads into my next point, Tim, is I am so sick and tired of hearing, every season for the last couple of years, oh, well, the Cubs are better on paper. What paper are you looking at? Because does the paper include the fact that the Brewers have won the division the last 3 years? Does the paper include does the paper tell you that group that is out there today and that has been out there for most of the season, most of those guys have been winning division titles for the last couple of years, while the same guys down on the north side are not winning division titles? They're team lifeless out there. I'm sick and tired of hearing that the Cubs are better on paper. I don't get it. Like, the one question mark for the Brewers going into this season was the starting pitching. We have the best starting pitching staff in maybe all of baseball. So, like, I don't know. I'm sick and tired of hearing this. Cubs are better on paper. No, they're not. Put some damn respect on our name. The Brewers are better on paper. Look at the roster. Look at what these guys have done year after year after year with the coaching staff. And now this pitching staff is coming together. This is the best team in the National League Central, and maybe the best team in the National League after the Dodgers. And this weekend we're gonna find out, how the Brewers stack up against those guys. But like, I'm so tired of hearing this. Oh, the Cubs are better on paper every single damn offseason. They're not. They're not better on paper, because if they were better on paper, they'd be winning more games.
Every year they get shots taken at them. Noah, thank you, man. It's great hearing from you again. Stay in touch, all right?
Yeah, absolutely. Love you guys.
Okay, thank you.
Love
right
you
back
too.
At you, Noah. The biggest win of the year, though, here's what I'll say about that. I think I would put them in this order. the win over the Diamondbacks to take that series and sort of tip the ship in the right direction.
Mm-hmm.
I would say the sweep over the Yankees.
All 3 games?
Well, the final game to actually seal the deal. And this one, Tommy, to Noah's point, depending on what happens in this series, this could be retroactively. We could dub this as one of, if not the biggest win of the year. If the Brewers go on and sweep this thing, it might be. It might be because he just said the Brewers, now they got to face the Dodgers. Every win right now through this little bit of a gauntlet, let's face it, the Cubs aren't bad. They're not a bad team. I don't think anyone's going to say they're bad with the record that they have. But a win like this in the 6-pack of games here, 3 against the Cubs, 3 against the Dodgers, it is a huge win. But I want to see what happens throughout the series.
I want to get a couple of texts in before we have to hit our top of the hour. Bob from Denmark. Tim, they played Bowers and Vaughn in the same lineup, and they both did damage.
Yeah. See, again, this is what I've been screaming about. When you have Bowers, you got to play these. You got to play your guys.
I got Jake Bowers numbers. Don't you worry. We're going to get to those. GC from Glendale. What a win. This pitching depth has led us to being the only team laying the double starter special on these fools. Get back to the almost full strength and go Crew. FTC. I think we know what that means, by the way. Muzzy, boy, would this game have been different without Yelly? I just feel it. He set the tone with that homer. Yeah. Sproat looked like a Cy Young at times and Jeff Suppan at others, but I believe in him for the future. Still confused by whatever happened with that ABS call, but I'll just chalk that up to Brewers-Cubs rivalry voodoo.
Yeah, there's always something with that team. There's always something down there with that team against the Brewers. It's something that just keep an eye on it. I'm not just, being a crybaby about this. It's just always something that goes on in this series when they're at Wrigley. It's crazy. All right, don't go anywhere. You guys on hold. We see you there. We'll get to you. We'll get to Pipe Bomb. We'll get to Pat Murphy. Hoping to hear a couple of comments from your guy, Craig Counsell.
Whoa, my guy.
And then also comments from Pete Crow Armstrong, and he's not suspended. We have to get to that. Potawatomi Sportsbook postgame show here in the Wisconsin Sports Radio Network studios. Tim Allen, Tommy Wortz after a 9-3 win over the Cubs. Welcome back. It is the Potawatomi Sportsbook postgame show here in the Wisconsin Sports Radio Network studios. Tim Allen, Tommy Wortz, 9-3 win over the Chicago Cubs. And Pipe Bomb is going to join us in a couple of minutes. And those of you that like to attend the postgamer parties, I'll announce you where the next one will go, where it's going to be, when it's going to be, and what you can win while you're there.
Ooh.
Just free stuff.
Nice.
No purchase necessary.
Everyone loves free stuff.
You've been to one of them.
I have. Yeah.
Yeah.
Swaggers. It was a good time.
The band's going to play. This is going to be the first of its kind during the afternoon instead of a nighttime activity.
Oh, wow. That means
that'll leave you time to catch the leadoff show. That'll leave you time to catch the game and the post-game show and attend that party. So details on that coming up in a bit. Pipe Bomb on the way in as well. And we'll get back to you. Nicolay Law talking text line 414-677-1250. Which Ken do you want to go to?
Let's go to Ken in River West here. Here you are, Ken. What's going on, boss?
Hey, guys. You know what's really great about this game is someday we'll look back and they'll say, oh, remember when the Cubs won 15 in a row at Wrigley Field until the Brewers came to town?
And who stopped them?
Warriors 22-1, Cubs 15-1. Yeah, that's what everyone remembers. Yeah.
Gotta love that. I don't think Shota Imanaga was feeling the Wrigley magic tonight that he was talking about. Yeah, I don't think it worked for him tonight. But I want to say I'm starting to lose my patience with Rengifo at third base, and I don't know if we want to read too much into this, but I was listening to Sparky earlier talking to Tim Dillard, and they said Vaughn has been taking some ground balls at third base, so I don't know if they're looking into that as an option to get Bowers and Vaughn in the lineup consistently. But as great as things are going, I think we need to address this left side of the infield still.
At some point, yeah, I think they're going to. And I think at some point you have to, don't you?
Oh, absolutely. I think, you can't have guys hitting under 200 or just over 200. I mean, Rengifo doesn't have a home run yet, which is surprising to me, given his track record. But, yeah, there's, either they got to make a move or they got to call a guy up or something. I think we're getting closer to June 1st, Tim. So
we are. And that's a fair shot at the at a time frame for these players. You have to, the sample sizes in baseball. You can't be that reactionary. Look, Rengifo got hot there for a second. He was 7 for his last 12 at one point, and now he goes into the tank. He did have a hit tonight, and I want to say it's his first on the road trip.
It is.
And it snapped an 0 for 14.
Yeah, and then he proceeded to get stuck in no man's land. Yeah,
because he tried to stretch it to a double.
Yeah, he didn't even get on base from it.
Yeah, one thing that's kind of surprised me with Rengifo, too, is how, he's a switch hitter, but his numbers from the right side have just been awful. I mean, most of his productions all come from the left side. And so, that kind of takes away the advantage of him being a switch hitter if he's not giving you anything from the right side.
But, however, toward the bottom of that lineup, Joey Ortiz, I mean, I got to say, he's starting to get a knock here and there. He's starting to work a walk here and there. He had a great game defensively tonight. There's no question about that. And guess who's starting to come on a little bit and look more like himself? That would be number 10, Sal Frelick.
Yeah, that was. I was really mad at him last night when he didn't hit a ground ball to the second baseman or something.
Me
to
too.
Move Bowers up, and
Eighth
that drove me
inning.
nuts. But today he redeemed himself today, I guess. So
yeah. 2-run double. All right, Ken, thank you, man.
Yeah, thanks again, guys.
All right, now the other one that's going to crack one open on a Monday night.
Well, before he does that, you will be up here, Kenny. Let's welcome in on the guest hotline, powered by Gruber Law. One call, that's all. Mr. Pipe Bomb himself. How we doing, Jeff?
Oh, fantastic, boys. What a game. What a game. Ass whooping time. Lasagna boy Sal Frelick hit the ball out of the infield. There we go. And Tim's all excited because Joe Zero is now over the Mendoza line after going lucky for 3. So good for Joe Zero.
take what you can get while you got him, because he may not be here long. I mean, we all know that. But I do think he'll probably be here longer than a lot of Brewer fans would want. Pipe Bomb, we're gonna stick it right to you here, and we're gonna ask you your thoughts on. I don't know if you saw the story about what Pete Crow Armstrong of the Cubs said to a fan in the stands.
I did not. What did he say?
He said, S my F
and D B.
Okay.
Yeah. So you just yelled it at a woman who was heckling him in the crowd.
Okay. I don't have a problem with it, honestly. Am I going to defend him about it? No. Hopefully she was wearing.
It escalated quickly, Jeff. I
think
feel
maybe someone should talk to him about how to talk to fans.
Like, if you're going to be like, hey, shut the hell up, like, that's different than S my FDB.
Like, we all haven't said that 150 million times.
Well, right. Yeah.
But we didn't say it to our customers,
I forgot at, like, the blood fart concert you were at last week or something. That was exactly what they do.
Yeah, we never said it, to our customers. However, we're not making hundreds of millions of dollars either. So, maybe that changes the language that you get to speak. But hopefully that fan was wearing a Cubs gear. And he cursed out one of his own.
As I am, Pipe Bomb, you know me, I'm prim and proper.
You're an angel.
Yeah, exactly. I don't understand how the team hasn't suspended him. I don't understand how the league hasn't suspended him.
I mean, what do you want Major League Baseball to say? I mean, if the team wants to be like...
That is a horrible representation of our product.
That is a horrible representation of the Cubs product. That is not him
personally.
That is not Major League Baseball. That is Pete Crow Armstrong and the Cubs. It does not make the MLB look spineless for not doing this.
What would happen if you said that at one of your live broadcasts?
Then my station, a la where I work, would suspend/fire me. That is not the Major League Baseball's job to do that. That's the Cubs' job to do that.
Well, someone should do it because that was completely out of line. Beer count.
Well, you can get away with it. Conduct unbecoming. Or the NFL does it all the time. Pac-Man Jones got suspended 100 times, even though he was arrested 100 times, but he never got charged for anything. And they suspended him anyway. They could do the same thing with the blue-haired boy.
But, I mean, there's no way a Brewer says that and doesn't hear it from Pat Murphy.
Oh, my goodness. Could you imagine?
There
Taser,
plenty. 0% chance Pat Murphy doesn't, absolutely rip him a new one for it. All right, Kenny, go ahead.
Murphy might give him some knuckles too, say, you scream at him, tell him not to do it again, and then kind of give him a little pat on the butt. Because I'm sure Murphy said that too.
Kenny, crack the beer. Go ahead. Sorry, Kenny.
No cracking a beer today. I'm drinking bourbon, boys.
Here's why I'm drinking bourbon. Okay, we get
for one reason.
Slurred count.
No. Stop with this nonsense. Now, the reality is I am drinking bourbon for one reason. It's the Brewer Cup Series, and they absolutely put the smackdown on them tonight. There's no getting around that. They jammed it up their backside. And all this nonsense bullshit.
Okay, I knew it. I was ready. I was so ready.
Absolutely.
I was ready.
Saw that coming.
I was already on it. I was there.
Okay.
I was ready for it. Let's move it on. Brian and Valders, you're up next. What's up, Brian?
Oh man, how do you follow that?
Pretty easily. All you got to do is not talk like Pete Crow Armstrong, Brian. Okay.
Hey, I love you, Pipe Bomb. I hearing you on the other line there. That's awesome.
Hey, thanks, Bryce. Same here, bro.
I just, you guys all know how much I can't stand the Cubs, and boy, I'll tell you, when the Brewers were scoring and they showed a picture of Counsell, I could just see them saying, "Here we go again." It was so laughable. I was sitting down here thinking, man, I should crack one myself, because I'll tell you, it was just laughable. And I give them a lot of credit for doing what they did by getting these starting pitchers in here. And boy, we have got to have the deepest starting rotation or starting group of pitchers in the league. We just have to have.
Aren't we all surprised? Some may be stunned. I mean, stunned may be a strong word here, but to the success of this young pitching staff to this point, it might be to a lot of people stunning, Brian.
Absolutely. And I don't know if the teams realize that, when we come out with Drowan, I could just see them thinking, where'd they get this guy from? And then when they say we got him for Caleb Durbin, well, we didn't just get one for Caleb Durbin, we got two. It's just mind-boggling to me how we've been able to do that and have the group of starters we have. And I'm with you. You guys all know, Pipe Bomb knows, I was hard on Jake Bowers last year, and he's made a believer out of me, and I'm all on it. He's got to play every day, and that 4, 5, 6 in the lineup, I'll tell you, that's really been special.
Yeah, thanks for the setup here, Brian. Jake Bowers leads the Brewers in doubles, home runs, RBIs, batting average, and slugging percentage all this year among qualified hitters. Is that good, Brian? I'll ask you that.
It's awesome.
Yeah.
But I'll tell you, last year, and Pipe Bomb and Tim know this. I mean, there was a time where I wanted to get rid of him, and he has really transformed himself, and really any guy that goes in the stands at Game 5 after the game and gets the L flag from a fan and takes it out to the team for a team picture, he has won me over.
Yeah.
Yeah, there you go.
Brian, quick trade proposal here for you. Put your Matt Arnold cap on. Would you trade Joe Zero to the Red Sox for Caleb Durbin?
Oh, good question.
Oh, man.
Oh, that is a good
That's
question.
a great question.
That's a great question, Pipe Bomb. I don't know. I mean, honestly, I do think Joey O has some value on this team. I really do. I do think he's gonna be someone that you want in a lineup in a close game when you're playing for defense. You want him in the middle of the lineup, But as an everyday shortstop, no, I don't. But Caleb Durbin is really struggling this year too for the Red Sox, and I don't know. I think I'd probably keep Joey O. I really do.
I think that's the right answer. That is a great question, Pipe Bomb. I love that.
Brian, thank you, man. We'll be in touch. All right, Pipe Bomb, you've been at some of our post-gamer giveaway parties.
Yes, sir.
And we have another one scheduled. It is going to be 2 weeks from Saturday. 2 weeks from Saturday. That would be June 6th at Spirits Bar in South Milwaukee. It's part of their block party Spirit Fest, as the city's involved of South Milwaukee, and we can't wait to see some of you guys. All right, so we've got a bunch of gift cards to the Brewers fan shop. We've got Potawatomi cards to give away. Food, you can check out any of the restaurants, and the brand new menu unveiled at the Potawatomi Sportsbook and the Potawatomi Casino, and you can use them throughout the building there. Bunch of cards for that. We've got a T-shirt probably to be given away every 10 or 15 minutes. That's June 6th. It's a Saturday. We're going to start at 2 o'clock. Band's going to play at 2 o'clock. Tommy, you're going to be there for a little bit. I know you've got the leadoff show.
Yeah, me and the lady will be there.
Leading up to Brewers and Rockies' second game of a series. But yeah, June 6th, Spirits Bar. We're going to remind you of that date and the time. We'll get you the actual address, and you can put it into your phone and get there on time or whatever. But we've had a lot of fun with these parties, and just for showing up, man.
Matt Pipe Bomb, are you nervous that Tim's doing afternoon gigs now?
No, this is what happens when you get old, Tommy. You know, all of a sudden, you know, Timmy's going to start eating soup and at 2 p.m, having his nighttime coffee at 4, and he'll be out by 5.
We got another one coming up at Ramsey Woods Nursing Home in Cudahy.
All right, so here's the schedule that day, just for the record. I got young teenagers that I work with. For the record, I'm going to do a sound check at 1 o'clock. I will play from 2 to 5. I will go out to dinner. Then I will get ready to work because I have a post-game show that night until late because the Brewers are in Colorado. Then I have a 5 a.m. flight the next morning out of Mitchell to go to Las Vegas. So you guys do that schedule.
Cry me a river, Gramps. Here's what I'm looking to see since it's at Spirits Bar. I want to see 2 things at Spirits Bar. One, Tommy, you got to sing a song with the band.
Oh, God.
You know, maybe Tim will learn South of Heaven or some kind of Slayer for you, but sing a song with conviction. And then 2, Timmy, since it's named Spirits, you got to show your spirit. You should show up in a cheerleader outfit and all that for the giveaways. That would be classic.
I thought it was going to be a ghost with based on the trajectory of that conversation.
Well, if Mizorowski throws a complete game shutout tomorrow, I'll do tomorrow's show in my Brewers underwear.
Oh, okay. All right. Confirmed.
Is that good?
All right, I'll double down. I'll go shirtless.
Tommy, you're gonna sing our latest song by Conviction. You're gonna sing a song called "Top Dog Law."
Oh gosh. Yelich's back is hurt. He had to call him. He didn't know what it was. Murphy said, "Get out there. You a top dog." Yeah. Oh yeah, I believe it.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. I'll do tequila if you got that one on
because you say one line at the end of it.
You don't want to hear me sing. Like, you want people to come watch the band play. They will leave if I am up there. That is
no, they won't. No, they won't. You got to get up
you're
there.
You're going to be doing a bunch of giveaways as well. So a bunch of T-shirts, the Potawatomi gift cards. I'm missing something. Oh, yeah, Summerfest tickets. And for you younger generations, these will be actual tickets you hold in your hand.
No way.
Yes, for Summerfest. You don't have to download an app, and you don't have to then I got to email you. What's your email address? Then I got kicked back, and then you got to barcode this, scan that. No, we have Summerfest tickets in hand for you too.
Do I have to bring a non-perishable to bring those with me?
No, not at all. No purchase necessary to win all this stuff. This is going to be June 6th in South Milwaukee.
Well, it's awesome. Spirits, I know exactly where it is. It's a great spot over there. That's going to be an awesome time. Kind of in my neck of the woods over just south of Cudahy. So
real quick, if you guys want to stay up to speed on a lot of the details, Post Gamers with Tim Allen is a Facebook page, Post Gamers with Tim Allen. And then Brewer Post Gamers at Gmail. Brewer Post Gamers at Gmail. So there's a couple of different ways you can stay up to speed on some of the information there.
Pipe Bomb, I had a question for you going back to some Brewers talk. How excited on a level, looking at the rest of this Brewers pitching staff, obviously we know what Miz is becoming, and then after that, it's a lot of projects to potential to let's see what the future holds. And I was wondering what you thought about Brandon Sproat in that mix, because since May, the guy's been pretty lights out. And today he gets a little roughed up near the end of his start. Sparky had texted me asking, like, he's up 5. Like, you don't let him finish to go get that win.
One more out.
Right. And, but I just wanted to know, of all these young arms, on where you might let Sproat where you think Sproat falls with all the rest of them.
Well, I was listening to you run down his stats since the beginning of May on the soon-to-be award-winning pregame show. And it got me thinking. Both cells were fighting each other. I'm kind of still straddling the fence on him. You can see that there's stuff in there. Obviously, he's got the talent and all that. Do I think that he's going to be consistent or as good as Harrison? No, probably not. But I don't know. I'm cautiously optimistic. Let me put it that way. I'm less optimistic when it comes to Robert Gasser. I thought he was going to look a hell of a lot better than he did when he was out there.
No, you're right.
Yesterday,
Stock down.
Stock down indeed.
Well, especially then the next day, Drowan goes and does what he does, right? Today, I mean, Shane Drowan might be more exciting than Brandon Sproat to some people right now.
Maybe, but Sproat, I think that the gas of that hard sinker, 98, 99. He's got the sweeper. The curveball was a little wild on him tonight, but he's got a good mix. He's got the seamers that move a little bit. The sinker, he's a ground ball machine. And you saw it tonight for what, 2 2/3. He was getting ground ball after ground ball. I would agree. I don't think he's locked in quite yet, Pipe Bomb. He's one of those guys that to keep your eyes on him. This is the quintessential type of pitcher that Matt Arnold went out and got. He's a Quinn Priester, ground ball machine. Harrison is another guy. I mean, Henderson. All these guys, it's pretty impressive, and they're not afraid. They're not afraid to use them, as Murph said over the weekend. Pipe Bomb.
Exactly. In the Brewers front office, they do what a top tier quarterback does. You're supposed to make your wide receivers, the players around you, better. That's what the front office does they get these pitchers into the lab. They come in mediocre. All of a sudden, oh my God, look what happened. And then we ship them out, and they're nowhere near as good anywhere else. So there is some kind of great pitching magic going on here. It's been going on for a handful of years, and fingers crossed it keeps going, man, because that's what's keeping us in it.
Half game difference right now as we sit in the Central here through 45 games of the 26 championship season. Brewers get the 9-3 victory tonight, up 8-zip. And I hate thinking like this, but up 8-zip on a night like this, we've all seen run output at Wrigley on a night like this. Pipe Bomb, you've been around a million. You live down there. You've seen it, wind blowing out. 8-zip in the 5th inning. Again, I felt fairly comfortable. There's no doubt. Fairly, though, the word I would use. When they were up 8-zip, we were counting it in the win column, but let's hold off another maybe 5-6 outs. Where were you at when they were up 8-zip, Pipe Bomb?
Well, I was at the Menominee Falls High School auditorium for my kids' band concert, following it along on my phone. So, yes, I did get the balloon knot tightened up a little bit. It definitely I wasn't calm. As you normally would be with an 8-0 lead. The nerves were there. You like you said, what can happen when it's blowing out at Wrigley. It's never over till it's over. And thank goodness we took game 1. Now let's go win the series and then laugh in Greg's face on Wednesday when we sweep that bunch of losers.
Tim, were you more nervous up 8-0 on the Cubs in Wrigley than you were 6-2 in that Padres game in the beginning of that series? Because remember how lax the broadcast got when they were up 6-2 on the Padres in the 6th, I think it was.
I think I might have been more nervous during the Padre game.
Okay. All right.
It was just a game kind of laying in the weeds there. And the sentiment on both radio and TV with the broadcasters was like, this is a runaway. It was 16-2. No, it was 6-2. And the Padres, they come back all the time late in games. We all knew that. They knew that with their prep going into the series. It should have been a little tighter on the call there, and it did tighten up to 6-4 toward the end there.
Right.
So this one, I just wanted to see anywhere between 4 to 6 more outs recorded once it got to 8-zip, and then suddenly it's 8-3 and a couple of runners aboard, and I'm thinking, you can't do this. There's no way you can come back and win this game. How detrimental? I don't even want to think about that. I don't even want to go there. Brewers beat the Cubs tonight. And all right, so Miz on the mound, Pipe Bomb, before we let you go, dude. Miz on the mound tomorrow. It's time to maybe think about getting greedy and just winning the series tomorrow night.
Yeah, of course. And, that's Murph's mantra. Win tonight, so let's do it. Miz, I'm predicting, I don't know, I'm going to go on the light side and just go about 14 strikeouts tomorrow. And, maybe 1 run allowed and a Brewers victory. So we'll take the series tomorrow, and then hopefully sweep Greg and laugh in his face on Wednesday.
Is he going to throw one over 104? I think his highest of the year is 103.8.
No, because there'll be a problem with the radar gun.
Yeah, good point. Good point.
Yeah. Miz won't throw a pitch over 65 miles an hour tomorrow. It'll look like he's throwing normally, but it won't read anywhere over 65.
That ABS was so like, what are we doing, Wrigley? What that one that like Tim was telling me before this series, oh, there's always something weird. Oh, it's something. Oh, and I didn't. Whatever. Okay, old man scream
Always
at cloud,
something.
but that was garbage. That ABS that was a problem today at Wrigley. So I get it. The radar gun, I wouldn't put it past
question
him.
the radar gun. I would question the home run distance.
By the way,
Dansby,
Jake's that went 419 that still hasn't landed yet, and Dansby hit one to left and they went 430. No shot.
That's what they do.
Yeah, no way. No way.
You're going to look up at the radar gun, and their guy's going to be throwing 102 when he tops out at 88.
Yeah.
I mean, it's just crazy, and we've been through it before. But that's part of it. It might be a sign of respect. I don't know. I mean, it goes on with the Bear games down there too, with the heaters and that sort of thing. But Pipe Bomb, hey, I know you got some things coming up. I do want to wish you good luck. Okay.
Thank you, kind sir. Appreciate that.
Stay in touch.
Oh, yeah. Hey, I won't have anything to do for a long time. So little surgery next week and all that, a couple of them. And, be sitting and relaxing for a long time after.
Well, we'll make sure you got a lot of company. All right.
Appreciate that. Thanks,
you,
boys.
Pipe Bomb.
All right. See you, Pipe Bomb. Yeah. He's got some stuff going on. And also one of our other post gamers, not the Pipe Bomb's a post gamer. But one of our post gamers, young gal, going through some medical stuff. I don't want to say her name. She has been named on the show over the years many, many times. She does attend our post gamer parties. Had a stroke, and so we're wishing her the best in her rehab. Things are looking a little bit better, but I didn't want to say the name of her because she didn't clear it, so I won't. But we're thinking about you. All right, so we'll take a break, come back here from Pat Murphy after a Brewers 9-3 victory. Interested in his sentiment here. I think he's going to play it chill, play it cool. What do you think, Tommy?
On a scale of chill to PCA, I will lean closer to chill. Yeah.
We're leaning closer to chill. I do want to see what would happen if Murph did go complete PCA.
No. I want to know, like, if Blake Perkins spoke like PCA, what would happen? What would Pat Murphy do? What would he do? Like, Blake Perkins is gone. He's gone.
There would be hell to pay.
Yes.
We don't treat people like that in Milwaukee. All right, we'll take a break here. Brewers win 9-3 over the Cubs. Potawatomi Sportsbook postgame show live here in the Wisconsin Sports Radio Network studios.
The game is over, and it's time to hear from the skipper on the Potawatomi Sportsbook postgame show with Tim Allen and Tommy Wortz on the Wisconsin Sports Radio Network.
Well, I mean, we did some good things tonight for sure. We swung the bat against a very good pitcher. We had a good approach, and we did some great things. I mean, Yelly hitting that first ball out of the park certainly makes everybody relax. When your leader's on it, then obviously other guys fall into place. But we had some great efforts. Bowers was incredible again. He's been swinging the bat incredibly good, and Churio and Vaughn, and Frelick gets the big hit there. Joey Ortiz had a great game, but our pitching staff was the name of the game. Sproat doing what he did, and Drone. I mean, those guys are two basically rookies and guys we got in trades. So hats off to the front office for getting the right type of guy that knows what being a winner is. And they were great.
Murph, you did that a couple of days ago in Minneapolis too with two guys. How does that change everything for the next couple of days? And was it something you thought going in again might be an option?
Yeah, I mean, it's like the A-ball tandem. You know what I mean? Back in A-ball, you did the tandem, and you let them both go. So it doesn't always work that way, but it is kind of a neat concept especially for young pitchers. But that was the plan going in. Drone was, we know Sproat at 75, 80 pitches. That's kind of a mark that he's shown that's really kind of where he's at. And then to have Drone come in, and he's very capable of going 60, 70 himself. So we felt very comfortable keeping him going like we did with Chad Patrick the other day. And who did he come in for?
He followed before Gasser was Henderson.
Yes. Yeah, another guy that's 75 to 80. So, yeah, it's our A-ball tandem concept.
How impressed have you been with Drone?
Very
getting
impressed.
Acclimated to this role.
His
now.
poise, and making pitches. He's very capable. Fastball, cutter, curveball, slider, very capable. Since spring training, And again, he had the hiccup in his first outing at Boston, but it's 32 degrees, can't grip the baseball, and it wasn't. And he's facing his former team, the whole thing. But I even think in that game he showed signs. But he's another great pickup.
What does it say about where Bowers is at that he does this, in a game against a lefty where maybe he wouldn't normally be in there?
Yeah, you're right. My concept of left on left, I've talked to you guys about, it makes your team better if the lefties can handle lefties. And we showed that tonight because Bowers, Frelick, Yelich, Bryce had 3 solid at bats himself. So our lefties were good tonight.
How good does it feel to have Yelich back in the lineup and doing what he does like this?
Yeah, I mean, of course, that's what it's all about. He's our leader, and makes the rest of the group calm. You don't win a game like this without somebody like that leading the charge in terms of temperament and approach.
What does it mean to set the tone in the series the way you guys did tonight here in Game 1?
I mean, we know how these series go. You erase it and just keep going. It's not necessarily a game where they're going to ever be intimidated by guys. They don't even know most of our guys' names. You know what I mean? So they're never going to be intimidated by us, but we're not looking for that. We're looking for just turn around and play good again. And for us to, it's a long season. We're 45 or 46 games in, and it's a long season. So we're just looking to continue to improve any way we can. And I'm proud of our guys. Like I've said all year, I trust these guys, but we got to get better. There's no question. And we got a very young pitching staff, so we've got to have games where we have 5 ABs. When the lineup turns over 5 times, then good things are happening.
Who gave the crew some breathing room? What play was it? It's time for the insurance run of the game, brought to you by G2 Insurance, your friend in insurance. On the Potawatomi Sportsbook postgame show with Tim Allen and Tommy Wortz on the Wisconsin Sports Radio Network.
Yeah, the Brewers get the 9-3 victory. A-team tandem. That's what Murph is calling this Henderson-Patrick piggyback. 2 pitchers, 9 innings tonight. There you saw the same thing. Sprout and Drowan, A-team tandem, A-ball tandem. That's interesting. Oh, it puts this bullpen into fine shape. They can haul off and do this once in a while. We'll see what happens down the line. Time for your G2 Insurance run of the game, brought to you by G2 Insurance, your friend in insurance. Yeah, you win 9-3. It's tough to pick out what might be the insurance run or runs of the game, but I will say this, that you felt, I know I can speak on behalf of a bunch of Brewer fans, you felt a ton better when Jake Bauers did this.
And a drive to right. This ball is hammered way back and gone. A 3-run shot for Bauers, and the Brewers have put up a snowman at Wrigley.
Snowman. We should, next time you talk to Levering, I want him to call it a Frosty and see if anyone gets it from there. Like, switch it up just a little bit.
Yeah, there you go.
You know, if you're going snowman every time,
it's
now,
like an RBI base hit would be, he got the steak.
Right. You know, that would be just so baseballism to be like, hey, look at that. You know, a Frosty here now at Wrigley. People will be like, what the hell? Like, snowman, got it. Right.
I had to think the first time I heard steak.
Oh, right. Ribeye.
Right, for the ribeye. And
yeah.
It wasn't that long ago, probably 10, 15 years ago. And it was, why did he call it a steak? And then I paused.
One time,
1,002, finally got it.
One time I was broadcasting with someone in Wilmer, and a guy hit a triple, and I thought my broadcaster was having a stroke because he said he got a triple.
Oh,
he said it 3 times.
Triple, the 3,
right?
Yes.
And I vowed I would never say that on air ever after that on a broadcast, because
that one not so much.
Oh, he was pumped after the call too, Tim. He was like, "I've been waiting to use that one." I was like, "Don't use it ever again. You don't have to." In sports, you want a teammate who's been there before. In Wisconsin, that teammate is G2 Insurance Services. They aren't just an agency. They are your friend in insurance. Whether you're a business owner needing a specialized BOP or a homeowner protecting your family, G2 builds relationships on honesty and value, from auto and home to complex commercial coverage. Tom and the team at G2 have been in the neighborhood since 2004. Don't get caught without a game plan. Call G2 Insurance Services today at 262-784-0644 or visit g2ins.com. Tim, I was moving yesterday, so I didn't get a lot of time to listen to the post game. I actually turned it on, and then I was kind of asked, like, hey, you just watched all the pregame. You just watched the game. Do we have to listen to post game right now? And I thought, okay, fine. I can turn it off. But I don't know if you addressed the situation with Stevie. He totally led the show. I told you he was going to lead the show, and
I didn't. I was going to ask you, and I forgot. So
yeah,
he did lead the show. Oh
yeah, never. It wasn't even a conversation. He just came and sat in this chair.
It's not his show. It's your show.
I knew he was going to do it. I knew it. I told you.
No more.
Yeah, I knew it. Oh,
do I have any say in this?
I don't know. He ain't screening calls. He's top dog. He don't screen calls no more.
Wow. Okay, we're going to rewind. Can we rewind? Can I throw this out there after
Absolutely,
the break?
Yeah.
Rewind to all the way back to October of 2025.
Oh, okay.
And a Game 5 victory.
Yeah, we can do that.
we have to revisit
We can do that. We can do that, yeah.
We'll do that on the other side after a 9-3 Brewers win over the Cubs. Potawatomi Sportsbook post-game show live here in the Wisconsin Sports Radio Network studios. Okay, final couple of minutes here. Potawatomi Sportsbook postgame show in the Wisconsin Sports Radio Network studios. Tim Allen, Tommy Wortz, and a 9-3 win over the Chicago Cubs. Time to hit that rewind button. We'll go back in time, hit a time warp, and go back to October of 2025, Game 5, NLDS Brewers-Cubs.
It was October 11th, Tim Allen, that famous Game 5.
That game, wow.
My
goodness.
Just remember that it was only because Trevor McGill was able to lock things down in the first inning, in which the Brewers had given up a run in the first inning of every one of the other games.
You had to take care of that first inning.
Just had to.
And that's why tonight's game, you look at it, and Brandon Sprode, if he gets rocked in that first inning, I don't know if the Brewers win this game at all. But to our caller, I believe it was Noah, if he made the comment that, hey, most of these guys, they've, talking about teams on paper, they were here last year with a success, 97 wins. They, win the NLDS. They beat those Cubs. These same guys, you look at Game 5 last year, look at the guys who did the damage. All three of them still on the team, still doing damage against the Cubs.
Yeah, and still on the team for the Brewers, had one of the bigger ones, 3 solo homers, if you remember, in that game. The Vaughn mower.
Looking for a 1-2-3 fourth. And Vaughn with a drive. Left field. Pretty deep. This ball is gone!
Oh, man.
All right, Tim Allen, trivia. Who did he hit the homer off of?
Ooh. Yeah, that I don't know. Wouldn't even come to me.
Well, he's old friend and still on the Cubs.
Colin Ray?
Colin Ray.
Oh, I didn't realize that was Ray that gave that up.
Yeah.
Okay. That's even better.
Oh, gosh. I mean, couldn't have happened to a nicer team over in Chicago. I mean, Colin Ray didn't do anything, I guess, to us. But still, go ahead. Yeah, leave for the Cubs. I'm sure the Brewers didn't want him, to be fair, when he was coming for us. But, yeah, Andrew Vaughn. That's gonna, Tim, how it's not CC level mid-season addition. Are people going to talk about, do you remember when the Brewers picked up Andrew Vaughn in the middle of the year?
We did late last year, I think, because of how he burst onto the scene. What, the 3-run homer against the Dodgers, was it?
Yep. And that was his second homer of the DS, the one we just played. He had a big 3-run homer against the Cubs.
3-run homer in game, what, 1?
2? It was 2. Remember, because game 1, they put up all the runs with no home runs in the first inning. But, I mean, it's not. He's off to a great start again, coming back, came up with a big hit today. I'm not saying he's going to be in that category ever, but are we ever going to say, like, oh, that's when they picked up Vaughn,
To some degree, we are. It's interesting. Good question. All right, well, that's going to do it for us here. A huge 9-3 win over the Chicago Cubs. Take that, Chicago.
Oh, God.
Again.
Tim, I know you hate playing them, but it feels so good when you beat them, too.
Oh, my gosh.
It feels so good. And especially a game where you don't have to worry. It's a Brewers game where you didn't have to worry.
I was monitoring my heart rate the whole time on my Apple Watch.
Yeah, was it at like 12 with you, right?
You're right. All right, well, that's going to do it for us. We'll see you tomorrow. Tommy Wortz, you have the leadoff show tomorrow, again at 5, correct?
5 o'clock, hour and a half of pregame coverage. No one else doing that.
After the game, Potawatomi Sportsbook postgame show here in the Wisconsin Sports Radio Network studios. Enjoy this one and smile, Wisconsin. Bob Uecker is smiling back.